Greetings. The following podcast may include stories featuring dumb people doing really dumb things, some nonsensical segments, and some saucy language. Consider yourself sufficiently warned. Now enjoy the show.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 132, Joe Coy to be kidding me. That pun sounded better in my head. Joe Coy controversy at the Golden Globes. Little boy beach Tetris, night swimming. Is it a safe idea? We'll find out in this week's movie review. And much, much more. I'm Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What? Good, y'all. Kush Hayes here. 132 episodes of the Waffle Box, the original Waffle Box. You accept no substitutions. It is the best part of Wednesdays, coming to you from the future home of Super Bowl 60. You love us because we do this. We do this because we love you. Producer Lathan, what's shaking?
Good evening, fellas. I must say that I was doing just fine until I watched the Golden Globes on Sunday night.
Oh.
After winning Best Female Actor in a television drama series, world's longest award names ever, I'm not sure what shocked me more. The fact that the woman that played Siobhan Roy was Australian, or that her real name is Sarah Snook. I wonder if she's related to that woman from Jersey Shore.
Snooki? No, I don't think she's related to Snooki.
She's definitely not related to the chick from Jersey Shore. Yeah, she has an unfortunate name in America. Maybe
Sarah
even
Stuck.
Yeah. I've never seen Succession, but everyone says it's fantastic. I've never heard a bad thing about it, but that was like one of the big winners at last night's Golden Globes, or this previous Sundays.
Real short review. It's one of those shows that I hated it, but I couldn't wait to watch the next episode. It was just like,
Okay.
I have to
Succession.
finish this. Yeah, I have to finish this. God damn it.
Okay.
These are all horrible, horrible people. But I guess that's the point of it.
Yeah,
but
I think that's I think that's the best review you could give it.
Yeah, it's serious. It did throw me off. It always throws me off. Like, what's that fellow? What's the fellow that won the best actor in a drama from Oppenheimer?
Cillian Murphy. Killian Murphy?
Killian something. Yeah. So
Cillian Murphy.
I've been
Murphy.
I've been aware of that man's work for years and years and years and years. Never knew he was Irish, although the name kind of gives it away. But yeah, when he went up and started talking and he was Irish accent, I was like, what the fuck? It's kind of like who was that fella that was Doctor Who, that was secretly Scottish?
So I don't know Doctor Who. I know there are multiple doctors now. I know there's a new doctor now.
He was the demon in Bad Omens on Amazon Prime. David Tennant. That's it.
David Tennant. Okay, I know that name. He was in Jessica Jones, I believe.
Yeah, and he's Scottish, like all these people. Idris Elba. He's English.
Yep.
He's not American. He's not from Baltimore. What a sham. What a lie. That's cheap. That was a documentary.
Yeah, that you're about 15 to 20 years behind on that controversy. You're like, what are all these Europeans doing playing Americans, and why are they playing them better? And the fact is, you guys actually got all of our media, and we got almost none of yours. So anytime we try to impersonate a United Kingdom accent or a Welsh accent, it comes off like posh and snobby, and not of that dialect whatsoever.
Well, I'm pretty sure I've told this story before, so I'll tell it quick. But I remember my brother watching a TV show called Black Adder with a bunch of Americans. And Black Adder, for those that don't know, it's a British sitcom from back in the day. One of the actors in it is Hugh Laurie, and all the Americans were like, "Wow, look at Hugh Laurie! He does an amazing British accent." And my brother was like, "No, he's actually British. In house, he's doing an American accent." And they were like, "What?" Mind blown. But there you go. That's enough about British people for this week.
Isn't Rowan Atkinson in that?
Rowan Atkinson is in that. Indeed. I think
Mr. Bean, for those It's amazing that Mr. Bean is more known than Rowan Atkinson.
And he just through the beauty of not having to speak, that's very easy to send overseas. So he made bank off of that show.
Yeah, he did.
Jesus, I remember. Do you
Shout out to
remember?
Rowan.
It seems like only yesterday. Did you watch the opening ceremony? I think it was the opening ceremony or the closing ceremony. I think it was the opening ceremony at the London 2012 Olympics, and Rowan Atkinson was there as Mr. Bean.
No.
He did like a live sketch in front of millions of people, and it was hilarious.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, that's enough about that. How are you, buddy? How have you been?
I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing a lot better than what I've heard. I've had a better weekend than you have, from what I've understood. Otherwise, man, enjoying some Jack Reacher on the Amazon Prime. We just had the Golden Globes the other day. There are opinions about that. And then watched 2 seasons of a show I didn't know exists called The Curious Case of Natalia Grace.
Oh my god, everyone's fucking talking about that.
It's the first 3 to 4 episodes are pretty amazing, and then once you kind of settle out the details, you're like, what's happening here? This is absolutely crazy. Why is this happening though? Like, I still don't understand the motive of the mom.
So, spoiler, let's just wrap that. Was she 9 or 30?
She is now like 23. Okay. She was literally 6 years old though. We've established she was just a child the entire
But she had her own
time.
apartment. That's pretty sweet, right?
I guess if you're a teenager, but even then, she was like, even if she was a teenager, she's like, I can't reach the shower hand. I'd like to bathe myself and not be a stinky bitch, but I can't reach the handles. Like that's.
She got a potty mouth on her for a young lady.
Oh, dude, she was tricking at some point.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking, like suggesting that I watch it, and when I looked at the synopsis, I don't know if I'd want to watch it. I think it might be too awkward for me.
I think I'm comparing a lot of it to Tiger King. Like, no one's celebrating the fact that that man abused animals, but like you keep hearing the details, and at first it's like, what? Like, with each detail, you think that's as high as it can get, but then it goes further crazy. And you're like, what? Wait, he just started a podcast to just talk shit about her for 3 hours a night, 5 nights a week. Holy, like the depths that guy went to was just beyond insanity.
And then a woman got her arm bit off by a tiger. What?
Yes, and
then went back to work and didn't sue him.
And then didn't sue him. I was just like, well, Blair's gonna play.
Just took an Advil.
Yeah, I'm more worried about you identifying me as a man now, and not as a person with only one arm.
Yeah, pronouns amputee.
Huh.
That's
But anyways, again, this thing is crazy, and then it ended super duper crazy. Like, the first season ended with a cliffhanger, kind of. It just turned out that the dad is absolutely a piece of shit, and then you're like, okay, how's the second season gonna end? Because I feel like there's definitely a third season coming, and we haven't heard from the mother at all this entire time, who is not coming off in a good light whatsoever. And she has not defended herself at all either. So, like, I'm guessing season 3 we're gonna hear from the mom. No, it goes wide to the left, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you or anyone else. I'm just saying, like, oh no, I need to know what happens now. This had a potentially nice ending, and now it is veered off course again.
I mean, isn't it? It's a true story, so can't you just Google it to find out what happened in the next season?
I tried, and they're all like, everything is just about the documentary right now. It is not about it. There are not any court documents out there suggesting that something has happened extra.
Bizarreness
Indeed. Yeah, there's been no 911 calls recorded, nothing. It's just all talk about the documentary on HBO Max or
Max, whatever. All the streaming services started before. Did you see the merging Disney Plus and Hulu?
Oh God! But before the end of 2023, I got to cancel my Hulu account, and it felt so liberating because we already got Disney Plus. Yeah, I was just like, all right.
Like, yeah, I just found this out the other day. I went into Disney Plus and it has like a button that says Hulu, and you go
It's
and
a
click on
big,
it, and it's got
big
Hulu
black and
shit in
green
it.
button. It's just like, oh, thank you. I am so glad to be done with this bullshit. I didn't even want Disney Plus in the first place, but since we have it,
But I'm guessing did they buy out the other company? Because wasn't Hulu like a
yes,
Disney and is it Comcast? No, not Comcast.
it was Disney, Fox, and NBC, and then
NBC
Disney
Universal,
gobbled
yeah.
up Fox, and so it was that and NBC, and NBC was just like, can we just sell it to you guys, or maybe it was even like legally obligated. One of you has to sell to the other one now, and Disney was like, all right, yeah, yeah, we'll give you
It's some
23
kind of weird
billion.
because obviously they got because Disney's got Disney Plus,
Mm-hmm.
NBC Universal's got Peacock, and then you
True.
can't have the mixture of the two in the Peacock. That'd be
Mhm.
very confusing.
Well, now there's a huge thing where Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery are getting ready to merge now. That's the big thing going into 2024.
Interesting.
It is actually. It's very interesting.
So does
Thank
that
you, Mike
mean
Fish.
Paramount Plus and Max is going to merge?
It absolutely could happen.
Because they have to start merging eventually. Because there's too many fucking apps. It's ridiculous.
When they don't all start merging, they're going to be bundles, which has been a thing. ESPN,
So basically,
Disney
it's going to
Plus,
get
and
cable
Hulu
again.
were all a package at one point in time.
This is why I'm, they're not sponsoring us, but this is why I'm going to go to Fubo or YouTube TV because it's all just going to end up being on cable again. They're slowly they've done the whole cut the cable, buy what you want individually, but then we're all bundling up, and so you still end up spending $70 a month anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I might as well get cable, but monthly cable from YouTube or whatever. Whatever. It's I'm not going to get into that. Get up to the
Well, yeah,
soapbox.
I mean, remember when the whole cable cutting trend started? It's because absolutely everything but live TV was on Netflix, and your favorite TV shows that went first to Hulu 6 to 9 months later would end up on Netflix. So it was safe to say, like, yeah, man, I'm saving money by cutting cable. I'm only spending $10 on Netflix, but then it just everything starts spiraling out.
And then you have, even like I'm sure I mentioned with like MSG, our local sports. I think they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to get like $30 a month just so you can watch all the games. It's like, this is oh
MSG is doing that. Wow, I didn't even know they
MSG
had
and
their own app now.
SNY.
I knew they used to. I knew they used to be a channel. I didn't know they were still a thing. But it is,
Well,
yeah, it's literally that's amazing that an entire cable channel or just a channel or just an
it's just a
entity
channel, one
exists
channel.
around the sports arena, Madison Square Garden.
But but it's because I had to get it. Well, I don't have to get it because
Hmm.
I that's the only way I can watch New Jersey Devils hockey. But it's
Wow.
like $35 a month, or I can spend $70 a month and get Fubo TV, and that includes MSG. So I was like, oh, might as well just get Fubo and then get everything else. But
Yeah,
I've got
right. Again, I don't know what Fubo is either. That's not a thing in my
Fubo is
lexicon.
basically a competitor of YouTube TV, basically. So
Okay.
it's basically cable, but in an app
Word.
that you stream.
Word.
It's month to month rather than tie yourself up into 2-year contracts. And do you want a landline? No, I don't want a landline. No one's ever used a
Ooh.
landline for 5 years. Why are you still
Oh.
sending me a landline? Fucking weirdos. Anyway, before we get into the top stories this week, again, just a reminder, a little bit of housekeeping. You can enjoy all the usual Waffle Box goodness each and every Wednesday. New episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all that good stuff. But if you would like to get Waffle Box a little bit earlier and a nice extended version, as we call the Extra Waffle edition, you can get that each and every Monday night straight after we record it over at extrawaffle.com. So it's the same episode of Waffle Box, but a little bit of bonus episode at the end for you. And it's just $2 a month, or roughly, if there's 4 episodes a month, 50 cents an episode. Not bad, if you ask me, considering MSG Networks trying to charge you in $7 for a hockey game, 50 cents for a podcast with us, lovely people. It's a bargain. Fucking bargain. And we won't break your hearts like sports teams do. Yeah,
I might break your heart.
never know. Plus, it is behind a paywall, so that's when the nips start coming out. Oh, I watched the South Park episode finally where Randy starts an OnlyFans. Fucking
Oh,
hilarious.
I'm not familiar with this.
Oh yeah, he starts an OnlyFans account where he's just basically just talking, but his dick's out, and you could just see his cartoon dick for the majority of
Alright.
the episode.
Do they
And
blur
then
it out, or do you
no,
see
it's
full dick?
there you can see his
Oh,
cock and
good for
balls.
them. Wow, it's a long. How far we've come as a society where we could just show cartoon dick now.
And
It's
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 also
it's a streaming channel again, so who cares?
yeah, it's on
T plus.
Paramount Plus, yeah.
Yeah,
But also
I don't
there's
count T plus.
it's all the kids are obsessed with this new drink called Cred, which is basically
Hmm.
them talking about prime energy. So that's all interwoven into that. And there's a big punchline where Randy's wife gets upset, and so she's like, "Well, I'm gonna make my own OnlyFans account," and she just obviously starts getting way more subscribers than him,
Sharon.
and he gets jealous, and he goes to this agency to try to how can he prove his OnlyFans account? And this guy's like, so what do you want to do on OnlyFans? He goes, I just want to beat my wife. And he's like, whoa, that's a niche audience, but hey, we can try to get you in there. And in the end, he gets arrested because everyone thinks he's trying to beat his wife. It's hilarious.
I thought this was America.
Hilarious.
I thought it was America. Yeah. Paramount Plus seems to be the one streaming service right now where anytime we see a commercial these days, it's like, ooh, I would actually like to see that coming on Paramount Plus. I went, God damn it. It's the one service we don't have for whatever reason. Like, we have Peacock through Comcast, and I have to like watch that in a separate room, but we have HBO Max again because of Comcast. I can watch that here. But then there's YouTube and there's Netflix and Disney Plus now slash Hulu. But yeah, Paramount Plus, who seems to be the only one also advertising their shows. Every time I hear about one of the shows, like I would like to see that, and then they announce it's on Paramount Plus, and I'm immediately disappointed because I will not see it.
See, my problem is I need to watch New York Giants, and whenever they're on CBS, the only way I can watch it is on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
I mean, I can use the old technique of watching CBS and plugging the antenna into my TV, but it's not
Why?
exactly 4K.
It's not sexy.
So
It's not sexy.
Paramount
The
Plus
antenna is not sexy.
Anyway, let's kick this into gear. It's now time.
Well, let's do it.
Let's talk about this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
So yes, the Golden Globes were this past Sunday. Congratulations to the people that won, and commiserations to the people that lost. Weird thing, I did notice that they introduced a new category for
Yeah.
was it movie through was it cinematic and box office success or something like that. So
Basically, it's congratulations to the movie that made the most money, which
Yeah.
was weird because it was obviously Barbie.
so
But then they like had the nuts to like go, here are 7 other nominees in this
which
category.
clearly didn't win because
Weren't going to win.
but I just feel at one point I was like, oh, the only reason they've created this category is because I guess production companies are getting pissed off that, hey, we're making lots of money in the box office, but because we're not artsy enough, we're not winning an award. So make an award so we can win something. But it just went to Barbie anyway, and Barbie won a shit ton of awards anyway. So what was the point? I didn't understand
Barbie
that.
only won, besides that category, Barbie only won like the best song for a Billie Eilish song.
And there was no
Otherwise-
offense to Billie Eilish. It's a good song, but
Great song.
there were better songs in that movie than that one.
Disagree. Not important though.
I'm just kidding. Hey,
Great song.
house,
Again.
be a town.
No, I celebrate that song daily, sir, multiple times a day. Anyways, yeah, the category was stupid, and a lot of people think that it was just made up so that they could get Taylor Swift to come to the award show.
I swear, if Taylor Swift won that award, I'd have been like,
It would have
"Fuck
been controversial. because her movie made the least amount of money out of all those other movies nominated. So I still don't understand what the point of the award was. With that category, the person who won made the most money. So I don't know why we need to give them a little trophy. They got all the money that year.
But
They got
I
the
don't
most
think
money that year.
they had to throw in the other caveat. Like, was it cinematic something? So where it's like
They had to make it sound
sounds like it's
exclusive.
not going to just the movie that made the most money, but it's going to the movie that made the most money. Because if it was talking about cinematic genius, whatever the fuck the thing was called, which I guess you already have the cinematography category. The Golden Globes
have
have
the
that.
cinematography category, yes.
But John Wick 4 should have won that because that was fucking amazing looking movie.
Beautiful movie. Again, yeah, that was John Wick 4 was a very good looking movie. But
that scene where he's like they're having the shootout and it's like going above. It's all in one shot and he's going from room to room. And you're going above the rooms.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's
I
crazy.
think I remember that.
Oh,
it's been done though. That shot
it
has been done
has,
before.
but it was done very well.
I
But
agree.
the big thing coming out of the Golden Globes was Joe Coy, famed Filipino stand-up comedian.
For the record, we at the Waffle Box, I believe both of us. Excuse me if I'm speaking for you, Mike Fish. We love the Joe Coy.
Love Joe Coy. He's great.
We love the
fantastic comedian, hilarious comedian. But apparently, so have you seen him? You've seen the opening monologue?
I've seen the monologue. Yeah,
I haven't seen the monologue.
It's all right.
So we're coming at it from two different. But one street is that it didn't go down too well. Which my first thoughts on that is whatever. Oh, boo-hoo! Some Hollywood people didn't find a guy funny. Bitch about
That's
it.
That's a good attitude to have.
Suck it, right? But I mean, you was talking about like his delivery because obviously comedy is all about the delivery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I've got some from an article. I have some of his jokes from the monologue, and I'm not gonna read them all because then
dare you not. This is the dare you not to laugh challenge. Air horn.
So I thought
Mike Fish.
I thought some
Joe Coy jokes.
These jokes weren't like amazing, but right, for example, Robert De Niro, your last performance has got to be your greatest performance ever. How did you get her pregnant at 80? Like, it's not a great joke, but it's a good joke. It's a good joke.
I don't even understand what. Yeah. Okay.
Like he's 80 years old. How did he get a younger woman pregnant? He must have put in a hell of a performance. Get it? This one I thought Succession has 9 nominations. A great series about a rich, white, dysfunctional family, all scheming. Oh no, that's The Crown. Sorry. It's a good joke. And even I can appreciate that.
I haven't seen Succession. That's a funny joke. I understand the premise of both.
How great was Imelda Staunton in The Crown? Her portrayal was so great, Prince Harry called her and asked her for money. Get it? Because he played the Queen. She played the Queen. Sorry.
Oh, she played the Queen? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I wouldn't have known that. All right, cool.
And then the last one I'll do is, so we came on straight after a double header on the NFL. Do you know the big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL? On the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift.
So,
she didn't like that. I saw the picture of her. She wasn't very.
I've seen the video of that live. They condensed it. I think that's a funny joke.
It's hilarious.
It did not hit with the crowd whatsoever, and Taylor Swift got awkward and was like, I need to have a drink of my wine and she did, and it didn't. For whatever reason, it was not well received, but that was a funny joke.
Here's my theory, right? So I've got a couple of theories behind this, and you actually saw it, so you may be able to say I'm right or wrong. Well, you've heard his delivery.
I've seen more than you.
I think one, maybe his delivery wasn't there. He didn't deliver it as a I don't give a fuck kind of comedian. Because there was a guy on there, what's his name? There was another comedian who did like a bit where he was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm at the
Oh,
the
Jim
golden.
Jeffries. No, not Jim
No,
Jeffries. Jim McGaffigan.
yeah, I can't believe I'm at the Emmys. Like, look at me.
Hot
I'm from a small
pocket.
town in Indianapolis, and I'm not a pedophile. What am I doing here?
Yes,
And that got a decent.
Jim. Yeah.
That got a decent laugh, which is that's a horror. Like compared to what Joe Coy did,
Mhm.
that's a horror. But because he delivered it as if to say, "What? I don't give a fuck. What are you gonna do?" People like laugh a bit. Like Ricky Gervais famously hosted what for 3 years in a row.
Yes.
He had just had
Shitted
this,
on everybody, FYI, and they
and he had
all
just
ate it up. Like, give us more, Ricky.
because yeah, he
Thank
had a
you.
I don't give a fuck energy. Whereas maybe Joe Coy had a oh my god, this is probably the biggest thing
Yeah.
I've done outside of comedy, stand-up comedy. Please like me, please like me. And it
Yeah.
didn't go down too well.
No. Yes, you are correct. And no, that is what happened. Yeah. It's he was overwhelmed. He was nervous. Even if he wasn't, it's a thankless job. And even if he wasn't nervous and landed all of his jokes correctly, someone would have shit on him anyways. We would still be talking about that shit anyways. Um, however, yeah, dude, he was the only one who would also accept the job because again, it's a thankless job. 10 days out, he was the one who got it. He
And I
was
think
not at the top of the list.
maybe I'm overselling this, but I think in a weird way, Ricky Gervais kind of ruined the gig for everyone. Because I think a lot
Mm,
of comedians kind of like at well, I'm not going to be able to top that. And I'm not saying like
mm.
Ricky Gervais was that good, but he again his delivery, his energy, and the I guess the fallout from that was such. Oh my god, did you hear what Ricky Gervais said? That was so controversial. That was so crazy. I don't think
No.
anyone else is gonna. If I try to do that, then people are just gonna be like, "Oh, you're just trying to be like Ricky Gervais." So like, yeah,
Ricky
so what's the
Gervais
point of doing it?
is my theory about when you and I say the word cunt. When you say it, it's clever and charming because of your accent and your nationality. But when I say it, I come off like an abrasive asshole. And by the way, I'm being an abrasive asshole. However, when you're being an abrasive asshole, it still comes off as clever and charming. This is
Ooh,
the
what a
same thing
chicken
with
chap.
Ricky Gervais. Um, when Ricky Gervais insults the entire audience, they're like, isn't that this guy is so clever? But if Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock were up there, they'd be like, this motherfucker had the nerve to talk to us like this. If Joe Coy did Ricky Gervais's stand up at the Golden Globes, they were like, we need to burn this motherfucker to the ground. We need to end him now. And he didn't do that. He tried to be very respectful and polite, and he just came off incredibly nervous, and his timing was off. And like again, 4 days of the week, he performs to bigger audiences than what was at the Golden Globes. So it's a he'll get him next time. He'll get him next time, Joe. I'm rooting
Maybe
for
I
you,
should do
buddy.
it next year.
Ooh, I would watch
Yeah,
Mike Fish hosting the 82nd annual Golden Globes. You heard it here first, folks, on the Waffle
I'll put
Box,
my hat in the
the
ring.
original Waffle Box.
The academy is it it's the academy is the Oscars. Who does it? So
No,
the
this is
foreign office,
dude.
foreign press
This
or
is the
something.
Hollywood Foreign Press, dude. You are the
I'm foreign.
perfect person to host this thing.
Mm? Mm?
Okay, you are from England. You're obviously foreign. You're in New Jersey. We fly you out to Hollywood. You are the best person to host this thing. Yes, please. I want to help you be a part of this.
And I'm
Yes,
slightly cheaper than Ricky Gervais.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So if
Just
you
a
want to save a
little bit
little bit of
even
money.
cheaper than Joe Coy.
Mm, we'll see. We'll see about that.
Oh, really? Oh,
I mean,
all right.
after this
We'll have
past
to get Little Sister
performance,
Hazen on this for the
you
negotiations.
know,
Okay.
they might be desperate.
Little Sister Hayes, shots called out to you.
There you go. Hashtag Mike Fish for the Golden Globes.
Mm. Golden Globes, so Mike Fish.
Oh, make it happen because you know what?
Globes, so fish. Globes, so fish.
You know, minorities have had it too good for too long. It's about time that the white man finally back into the game. Too much.
I can't lean into my green screen any further. Oh my god.
Too much. Anyway, next story. Let me clip that. Come on, globes. Tetris. Tetris. The game that I think anyone that's ever played any type of video game has played Tetris at some point in their life.
I believe everyone has played Tetris at some point. Yes, sir.
Right. And so finally, this story, the reason this made me laugh, right? So a young fella named Willis Gibson, who's a 13-year-old gamer who goes by the handle Blue Scooty or Blue Scuddy. I don't know. Kids with their fucking
Hope it's
lingo.
Blue Scooty.
Blue Scuddy. Is believed to be the first human to ever beat Tetris on the original Nintendo Entertainment System. He achieved a feat that had previously only been accomplished by artificial intelligence when he reached the 34-year-old game's, quote, kill screen, the point where the game crashes because the software cannot advance any further.
I know that kid was excited at this accomplishment, but you have to love the anti-climax of a game from the 80s. Rather than having a nice congratulations screen, the game ends when the programming literally gives up and commits 8-bit suicide. That's somehow more underwhelming than when the 1986 Nintendo game Pro Wrestling would proclaim, "A winner is you."
Classic.
I disagree, artificial intelligent producer Lathan, but we'll get into that in a minute here.
So yeah, he posted a video on YouTube showing the moment that he reached a point at which the game freezes, saying, quote, "Oh my god, yes, I'm going to pass out. I can't feel my hands." Which
I
might
believe
be... You might need to see a doctor about that. I actually have the audio of that. Ready, if you want to listen
please.
To this.
Can we please?
So this is the moment he beats Tetris.
I've been asking for...
Oh my god! I can't feel my fingers.
Oh, he can't feel his fingers, not his hands.
Okay,
That's
out of context. That's a completely funnier thing, and I understand now why you pulled it. However,
this is that, and
I
also
still relate.
in a few years' time, this is audio of him losing his virginity.
Oh my god! I can't feel my fingers.
Well, his self virginity.
Well, no, maybe he's doing a bit of foreplay. You know,
Highly unlikely.
maybe he's doing a little bit of DJing for the young lady.
Well, that's a lot of DJing then if he's lost feeling in his fingers.
Oh, we've all been there when we were young. You don't know what you're doing. You just... It's like when you were playing track and field. You just going nuts. God. Yeah. So there you go. But what made me laugh is like when I saw this, it was on there's a clip on, I think it was like, was it Good Morning America? What's on? Is it NBC?
That is a show.
MSNB, whatever. So they were talking about this. And oh yeah, this is the first human to ever do it. Because previously the only thing that's ever done it before was artificial intelligence, right? And then the woman on the couch was like, "Aha! So humans win." I was like, "What? No, that's not how that works." Like,
that is how that works.
No, it's not. Because if I'm in a race with Usain Bolt and he finishes the race, and then 5 minutes later I then finish the race, I can't turn around and go, "Ah, I win." I know I did
if
second.
You came in second, you obviously didn't win.
Well, but if artificial intelligence did it 5 years ago, and then this kid does it, he doesn't win.
He wins because he did it faster.
What? No,
that's the gimmick.
I don't know.
Faster.
I don't know. Annoyingly, I did have to go back.
Have you heard
to
the story
there
of
was
John
no
Henry?
time how he did it. I don't know how long it took him to do this.
Do you know the story of John Henry?
John Henry. Was he the one that first discovered Canada?
Negative. No, John Henry is a man who was laying out railroad tracks, and when it came down to a steam engine that was going to burrow out a hole in a mountain faster than him, It was literally a man versus machine story, and John Henry won. He immediately had a heart attack as soon as he won, but John Henry won.
Was that him? Was that John Henry? Yeah, but I mean, but what I'm saying is though, the machine did it first, so the machine
Sure,
won.
he did it first. Okay, well, hey, there's a segment coming up later called Dumb World Records, and this guy clearly is eligible for it now because he beat the machine.
We don't know that because there's no timing.
Well, that's your fault for not picking up that part of the story.
I fucking looked for it. It wasn't in the
Well,
article.
then maybe this is not a good story to pick up.
Jesus Christ, that's so mean.
All right.
But yeah, congratulations, Willis Gibson, 13-year-old.
Willis. What you talking about, Willis? You talking about
What you talking about? Oh, do you reckon they? I wonder if his
absolutely
parents
did.
do that joke
all
where he
the
like comes
fucking
down.
time.
Oh my god, Mom, Dad, I just beat Tetris. What you talking about, Willis?
I'd be disappointed if they didn't. At least once a week.
Now, if I have a son, I want to name Willis just so I could do that joke.
I'd be disappointed if you didn't do that
He
joke
wouldn't
at
get
least
it.
once.
He wouldn't get it.
He'll
I'd be
get
like,
it.
"What you-" And because then he'd be like, "What you talking about, Dad?" And we'd laugh about it. Anyway, speaking of world records, there are some people out there who are achieving things with their life, and they get a nice little
One
piece
of
of
the names,
paper
Willis.
to prove it from a Irish brewery. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the Week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
This week's Dumb World Records takes us to. I'm going to somewhere in Europe, I think. I'm going to assume Italy, but maybe not. I don't know. Chefs Benoit Bruel and Fabien Montelanico. Worked with
I'm lost.
cheesemaker Sophie Hattat, Richard Luna, and YouTuber Florian On Air to break the Guinness World Record for the most variety of cheese on a pizza.
Okay. How many varieties of cheese were there?
You want to, well,
yes,
so
I do
the
want to know.
team's new pizza also took the record for the largest display of cheese varieties, which was previously set at 730
Get the fuck out of here.
by
I didn't know there was
Frenchman
that many
Philippe
cheeses.
Marchand in 2016. So this is more than 730 varieties of cheese. Can you guess? Can you guess how many varieties of cheese are on this one fucking pizza?
1,047.
Ooh,
Well,
you are close.
I didn't know there was 700 pieces of cheese out there, let alone 700 and blah 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 blah.
So these people, I'm not going to go through their names again because it's
Thank
frankly their names are obnoxiously foreign. But they have broke the Guinness World Record for most varieties of cheese on a pizza by putting 1,001 varieties of cheese on a single pizza.
You know
Fucking
me,
hell.
I'm never one to try and bring this show down from its typical highbrow nature. But the first thing I thought of when I heard this story is that this is basically like the food version of when... What's that word? When a bunch of dudes all jizz on a woman's face at the same time? Whatever that
gross.
word is, this is that. That poor pizza base has been jizzed on by 1,001 cheese perverts.
I don't want to eat pizza anymore.
That bukkake? Bukkake?
I don't eat pizza anymore. Producer Lathan's ruined pizza for me.
Beautiful. That's possibly the best thing Lathan's ever said. That made me giggle, and I was the one that programmed it. But that's the beauty of this. I program it so far in advance that I forget, and it makes me honestly giggle. But there, congratulations to Benoit Bruel, Fabien Montelagaro, Hatat, Rich Carluna, and Florian on air.
Yeah, fuck your mother.
Where the like, how? It's too many cheeses on a pizza. I bet it tastes like vomit. I bet it tastes disgusting. It
I'm
probably
not even sure how
smells
you
bad too.
I'm not even sure how you'd be able to gauge that there's like that much cheese in a cup of shredded cheese. Like, like I
Because the
don't
picture doesn't look like a giant pizza. It looks like a regular sized pizza. So there must
like
be
if
like
you're able to shave it down into sawdust. Okay, like where you just accidentally sneeze and blow it into someone else's face. Like I still don't know. Like 1 cup of cheese would fill all 1,000 of that. Again, still didn't know that there was 700 variations of cheese. I didn't know there was 50 variations of cheese.
all right then, Kush. Right. In 30 seconds, name as many varieties of cheese that you can think of. Go.
American cheese, mozzarella cheese, Monterey Jack, sharp cheddar, soft cheddar, Mexican cheese, Swiss cheese, artificial cheese, Velveeta cheese, and then I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore.
Baby Bell. Pepper
Baby
Jack.
Bell is a cheese. Yeah, I
Pepper
think
Jack's a
Baby
good one.
Bell is mozzarella still.
Well, you haven't. Boom.
I'm
You
done.
missed that.
I'm literally done. Yeah.
My favorite type of cheese.
What's your favorite type of cheese?
Gouda. Right?
Gouda. Yeah. See, not Gouda, blue cheese, ranch cheese. I don't know. I don't know anything.
The reason I like because technically, but the favorite cheese I put in my sandwiches is pepper jack's cheese.
Pepper jack, yes, of course.
But
pepper jack is a thing.
Gouda is so much fun because whenever
Smells like a foot.
whenever I say it, it reminds me of the rapper Ludacris. So whenever I take out the packet of cheese out, I can't help but do it. I've been doing it for probably 20 years. Whenever I get the sliced Gouda out, I have to proclaim Gouda, and it makes me laugh every time because I'm a child.
It also
Gouda.
made me laugh right now. So you may still continue to do that. And we will keep, if we're ever in a situation where we have to drop cheese down the trap door of the waffle box, Gouda will be on the protected list.
Fantastic.
Just for that recommendation.
Still to come on this week's. What was that?
Nothing.
You didn't spill your liquor, did you?
No, thankfully I did not.
Oh.
But I did drop something.
That's all right, as long as the alcohol is safe.
Alcohol
Still to come.
is safe.
We've got this week's birthday quiz, the celebrity battle royale, night swim, and the movie review, and much, much more. Plus, of course, if you are an Extra Waffle member, go to extrawaffle.com. You've got even more to come with our bonus extra extended version coming up after that. But if you would, it'd be much appreciated. You should stick around if you're wise. Be there or be square. We'll be right back after this short break.
Look at you losers. You've got some processed gray patty they call hamburger when you could be having golden KFC original recipe chicken. Yours was microwaved. Mine was slow cooked. What a dilemma. What would I choose? Yours is gray. Mine is golden. Gray, golden. Gray, golden.
Rediscover KFC original recipe chicken. Get a 12-piece bucket for only $9.99.
Please, share the bounty of my bucket.
Yeah. There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
Thank you, KFC, man.
This is what I do.
It's now time for the middle of the show quiz.
Hey, welcome back to Waffle Box episode 132. We are at the middle of the show, so if you ask me, it's the perfect time for the middle of the show quiz. As always, we are going to be celebrating someone's birthday by testing Kush's knowledge on the birthday boy or girl. This week's birthday, it's Wednesday, the 10th of January, so as everyone knows, it's George Foreman's 75th birthday.
Oh my goodness.
Happy birthday to you. So I've got 5 questions all about Georgie boy, and you got to see how many you get. Are you ready to have your knowledge tested on George Foreman?
I'm as ready as I can be. but I'm prepared to have him punch me in the face too.
Wonderful stuff. Lathan, give us the music. Question numero uno.
Number 1.
George Foreman was born in Marshall, Texas in 1949.
True.
According to Playback.fm, who is the world's most famous person named Marshall?
Mathers. Hey.
Eminem.
Yeah,
Oh.
I got lucky on that one.
Bunny Rabbit. Was his name in 8 Mile?
Yeah,
Saint
Bunny
Rabbit? Rabbit?
White rabbit.
Rabbit,
Bunny
rabbit. Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Number 2.
Question number 2. George Foreman has 12 children.
True.
5 sons and 7 daughters. Can you name all 5 of George Foreman's sons?
George Jr., George the Third, George the Fourth, George the Fifth, George Gina.
Yep, they're all named George. Fuck's sake.
I told you that in the George Foreman biopic.
Yeah. Question number 3.
Number 3.
To help distinguish between his sons, they all have nicknames. Like, if you're going to give them all nicknames, just name them different things, knobhead. So obviously there's George Jr., which he doesn't need a nickname. Then
Just call him
you got
Junior.
George the Second. No,
No, the Third.
George the Third. His nickname is Monk. George the Fourth is Big Wheel.
Of course.
George the Fifth is Red. But what is the nickname of George the Sixth?
I mean, it's so fucking random. I might as well name him Volvo. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I was thinking he's got like, maybe he's like, he used to play like Big Rigs, like the video games. He's like the Big Wheel Red. But no,
No.
Monk, Big Wheel Red, and Little Joey, of course.
Little Joey, of course.
Why
Little Joey.
wouldn't you name George Little Joey? Of course.
So red is he's attracted to the color red, or he has a tint of red in his hair. That's the only reason why you call him red. That's it.
And Little Joey because he hops around like a kangaroo.
If he's Australian, sure. But George Foreman is not that smart or sophisticated.
Is that baby kangaroos? They're called Joeys, right?
They are. Yes, you are correct.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Question number 4.
Number 4.
George Foreman competed in season 8 of The Masked Singer as a Venus flytrap.
I did not know.
When a Venus flytrap has trapped its prey, how long does it typically take to digest said prey?
Days.
I mean, you're technically not wrong.
Days.
Go on, give us a ballpark figure here.
2 days. Oh.
10 days.
10 days. Wow.
10 days. That poor fly.
Agony.
It'd be a miserable way to die.
Agony.
All right, you're 2 and 2 here. This is it.
This is the
Question number 5.
tiebreaker. George Foreman. Facts.
Number 5.
In 2009, what cooking equipment did George Foreman invent?
He didn't invent it, but he endorsed the George Foreman grill.
Oh, you got it. Because the answer I have written down here is trick question. He invented nothing. He's a big fat fraud. He's just a spokesperson for the grill. So congratulations, Cook. You didn't take the bait, and you are a winner.
So, I mean, that's
You win.
I have to accept my accolades there. Yeah, that's a huge misconception that he invented the thing. And then an urban rumor is that had the phone call been accepted when it was made, we would be calling it the Hulk Hogan grill. But
I
somehow
bet
he
Hulk
missed that
Hogan.
call, and immediately within 3 hours, it was the George Foreman grill.
You know, Hulk Hogan is still seething that he missed out on all that money to a black man.
You know what? If any of it is true, he is seething that he missed out on all that money.
To a black man.
Sure. If it makes
Hulk
you feel
Hogan.
better, fine. He's
Hulk
that
Hogan.
extra angry.
He's a
But
filthy
he missed.
racist.
So George Foreman sold his rights to the George Foreman grill still for like $250 million. I think he could have kept that wave riding forever, but like now it's just out there forever. But still, $250 million, and he's just like, yeah, I'm cool now.
I bet Monk, Big Will Red, and Little Jerry are pissed off. That could be their inheritance.
Well, it will still be their inheritance, and they will still live a very comfortable life.
You reckon? You reckon George Foreman's got enough money still in the bank to separate between, I don't know, probably what, 5 ex-wives and 12 children? They're gonna get about $10 each.
I think there's at maximum 3 ex-wives. I think maximum there's 3 ex-wives. I'm not 100% sure, but there was definitely 2 wives at one point.
At one point,
at one point there was 2 wives. Yeah. Well, one was an ex-wife, but still.
On sister wives?
No. But he would probably like to be honest. He'd be like, yeah, I could get in sister wives. Yeah, that'd be great.
What's that religion that they have multiple wives?
That's bigamy, and that's the Mormons.
That's what I was thinking. Could you imagine? Oh, George Foreman, the Mormon. Oh, that just rolls off the tongue.
He could make it work. So the whole deal with the Mormons is you have to be able to support every wife. You can't just have 5 wives and treat them like shit. If you make $20,000, which is not a lot of money these days, all the wives have to be able to live off that. So guess what? If you have 5 wives, that's only $5,000, and that's not happening. So you have to be able to work for that money and for those wives.
Think about it, George. Think about it. You can have multiple women at the same time, and just think.
He's had multiple women at the same time. No, he's not worried about that.
Oh, because I would buy a T-shirt, George Foreman, the Mormon.
I mean, you can still make that T-shirt.
Wafflemerch.com. All right. Speaking of celebrities that like to fight, it's now time to pit 4 of them against each other.
Holy shit!
And declare this week's champion in a segment that we like to call Celebrity Battle Royale.
Champion.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. Celebrity Battle Royale time. This week's we're talking, you know, when you watch TV and those commercials come on, they've always got those damn pesky, like, spokespeople. Oh. Well, finally, we're going to find out which one's best. And I pitted 4 spokespeople for
exciting. Okay.
brands.
So I watch a lot of YouTube these days, and I get a lot of different commercials. Again, I don't do the YouTube live. I don't subscribe to their premium service. And if you watch the wrong YouTube feed, you'll get a commercial every 5 minutes. It's quite annoying. However, there's one YouTube commercial that keeps popping up, and it's like, if you live in one of these 11 American states, you should not buy any solar panels. By the way, when they're showing you these 11 American states, no, sir. It's actually a map of the entire globe, that flat map of the globe. But the American flag is painted throughout all 7 continents. And it's like, wait, what? Like it's a very tricky commercial. It's a very tricky commercial.
if
Tricked me
you
so much that I
live
almost
in-
lost my equilibrium and fell forward.
If you live in the American state of Spain, do not buy solar panels.
Maybe they
And
got confused
the whole
because
point of
they
the commercials
found
say that there's a program for you that will get you free solar panels. However, when they say these 11 American states, it's the map of the entire globe.
maybe they got confused when they saw Georgia
Not impossible.
in Eastern Europe area.
Not impossible.
Like,
Georgia,
damn,
America, Georgia, Ukraine, same thing.
But you know what pisses me off about YouTube adverts? It's ones that because I'll watch. This is all it's too much information, maybe. But sometimes, when I'm lounging in the bathtub, I'll stick a YouTube video on.
Sure.
And I'm trying to relax. And you know what? Sometimes, obviously, the commercials come on. Whatever, I can deal with that. I'm relaxing. I can sit through a couple of seconds of commercials.
Couple seconds.
But then sometimes you're like, I'm laying there and it's like, oh, hang on, this advert has been going on for quite a while now.
And
I look over.
You look at the timer in the corner.
The skip button is available for me, so I have to like dry my hand to touch my phone. But it's like it's got like 4 minutes remaining on this advert. So
fucking
what the fuck?
hell. Mm-hmm.
That is shit.
Once upon a time, I was not in the tub. I was not in the shower. I was watching the YouTube. This is pre-pandemic. I think this was a couple years pre-pandemic. Again, watching whatever I was watching, commercial came on, the timer went down, and now you can skip it. But if you didn't want to skip it, like 3 hours and 47 minutes, it was an anime. It was some Japanese cartoon that was happening.
The Irishman.
And I was just like,
it was
I wish I was into this. No. Last year, this time last year, and I think we were in November because someone paid money to have Guns N' Roses November Rain just play randomly in the middle of whatever video I was watching, and I was like, well, I like Guns N' Roses and I like November Rain, so yes, I will sit and watch this. However, it's still just like, what the fuck am I? What is happening here?
Maybe I don't know how much it costs, but maybe I could edit this little bit, clip this bit, and have this entire bit where we are bitching about the length of YouTube adverts as a YouTube advert.
That'd be great.
It'd be a good social experiment to see if people skip it because they're like, I want to skip this, but they are bitching about the length of commercials. So I want to see where this bit goes.
You will have to edit it in the proper spot that people will know that we are indeed bitching about YouTube ads.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the tricky part. Everything after that will be simple. But yeah, dude, my least favorite commercial so far has been, if you live in one of these 11 states, don't do so I hate that. There's a series of commercials where like, we're gonna explore this family for 3 minutes. It's like, hey, you could just give me the channel and maybe I want to go there, but I don't give a shit about your family for 3 minutes or 90 seconds or 5 minutes, whatever. Fuck off.
What are the ones that start off with a guy going,
"Don't press the skip button"?
Like, has that ever worked?
Oh, I haven't seen any of those.
Oh, you've never seen that when someone's like yelling at you straight away,
"Whatever you do, don't press the skip button."
And then the skip button comes up and I'm like, sorry. Boop.
No. On Facebook Reels and Instagram, I always get the videos say, wait till the end, but not on YouTube. I don't get any of that shit. I get a lot of weird, just what I would actually base as advertisements, but then they're all like, they're more than 4 minutes long. It's like, there should be a law about this. This is stupid.
It's always when I'm overhearing TikTok videos. It's normally I always get the whole. So I was at the store. Wait to the end. No, I'm not waiting to the fucking end. Get to the point. Fuck off.
Majority of the time, when I wait for the end, I am wildly disappointed that I waited to the end because nothing happened. Literally, nothing happened. If something had happened, I would be like, "All right, well, I guess that happened," but nothing happened. The video is just that long, or and the time is that short. I don't know how these things work.
You know, I've one person that I don't want to hurt their feelings, but they keep sending me text messages of TikTok videos that they want me to watch, and so far, all I just respond, LOL. I don't watch them. I just
you don't watch
LOL.
and you still respond.
And luckily, so far, I'm assuming all the videos are supposed to be funny because I've got away with it so far.
Okay.
Every one of them, it's like, LOL. That was funny. I'm not fucking watching this.
So you were a very nice friend, Mike
Indeed,
Fish.
yeah.
If anyone is a friend of Mike Fish's, personally, like you're in his life daily or seasonally, Mike Fish is a very good friend to you people, because when folks send me stuff like that and I can't get it right away, I'll just be like, what the fuck was that? Or if they have reached that number of times where we're doing rule of three, I'll be like, don't send me this shit anymore. To be fair, one time someone sent me Ring doorbell footage of a drive-by happening where a car drove up and just like started shooting up the garage, and I was like, yeah, don't ever send me that shit ever again. I don't know why you sent me that shit in the first place. Like, multiple texts went like, what the fuck were you thinking? That I'm now bummed out for I just saw someone murdered. I saw multiple
Yeah, I don't want to watch videos
murdered.
people die.
What are you thinking?
Anyway, shall we do Celebrity Battle Royal?
Oh shit.
Talk about going up on a tangent there, right? But yeah, so anyway, where were we? So 4 celebrity spokespeople, I guess, 4 commercials, blah blah.
4
blah,
commercials,
blah.
yes.
So
are they all alive?
I think so.
Okay. Oh, honest answer.
I'm pretty sure they are. So we've got first. So in corner number 1, we've got Isaiah Amir Mustafa.
Okay. Yeah. The Old Spice guy.
Old Spice guy. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. And then we've got in another corner, we've got Dennis Haysbert.
Oh,
from Allstate.
President Palmer,
Allstate fella. Then we've got Kevin Miles, aka Jake from State Farm.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Jake from State Farm.
And finally, we have David Reed Hoffman, who is Doug from Liberty Mutual. Emu, and Doug.
Okay.
So, Old Spice guy, Allstate guy, Jake from State Farm, and Doug.
So,
how does this go down, Kush?
All right, everybody, get some cocoa together and your favorite blanket. Uncle Kush is going to tell you all a little story here. I got my cup of warmth here. We're gonna do this here. So, Jake from State Farm is gonna attack President Palmer, but President Palmer, he's no sucker. He's a veteran. He's the president, for Christ's sake, and he's gonna deflect all that, and he's gonna stab Jake from State Farm right in the chest, and he's gonna be like, oh! All right, that's how that goes down. For those on the audio file, he just panicked and froze. He died. That's how that happens. That's how that happens. Doug, the emu, too busy waxing his mustache. So, unfortunately, the guy, the Old Spice guy, comes around and stabs him in the back.
Oh, goddamn!
Oh my goodness! And then it comes down between President Palmer and our friend from Old Spice. And you know what? The guy from Old Spice just sacrifices himself, and President Palmer, he wins the day because he's the chosen one. He's the one that's going to lead us to a better light. The guy from Old Spice, Mustafa, Isaiah, so he he's been hearing the stories of how this man is going to lead everybody, society, to greatness, and he needs him to continue forward. So, President Palmer, you are a winner.
Yeah, I thought Old Spice guy would have youth on his side, and he's pretty jacked.
He had youth on his side, but he understands purpose.
I don't know. I reckon Old Spice guy could be a good president. I don't know if that works. If you take out the old president, you get into the new presidency. I don't know. And I thought the emu would have helped out Doug, but look at that. What do I know?
Nah, Doug was dead.
Doug was dead. Doug's dead, baby. Doug's dead. Somewhat of a Pulp Fiction reference there. Anyway,
Yo soy comprende.
it's now time for Kush to review a movie in a segment that we like to call Kush's Movie Review.
The Kush half.
Oh, that jingle played twice. It's like an echo, Lathan. Let's try it again, shall we? Kush's Movie Review.
Kush's Movie Review.
Hi, welcome to Kush's Movie Review. Coming to you from episode Waffle Box 130. Oh, this week on Kush's Movie Review, we're talking about Night Swim, the movie about people that go swimming in the dark, which is always a good idea in the movies because nothing ever bad happens to people that swim under the darkness. This seems like is this some? I've seen a trailer for this. This looks like is this like Peacock or something like that? Or is this actually in theaters?
I think it might be a Blumhouse movie. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, this isn't a good movie, guys.
I was gonna say it looked trash. It looks trash.
It didn't look like a good movie going into it. I gave it the benefit of the doubt. It literally is haunted swimming pool, which is better than haunted cell phone from 15 years ago. I don't know how to explain things better than that. This is written and directed by Bryce McGuire, and then also the screenplay by Rob Blackhurst, and then stars Wyatt Russell. You know him as son of Kurt Russell, who is they're both in the Monarch Apple TV series right now, and then Carrie Condon. I know that name. I don't know what else she's been in, but I know the name. She was nice. She was good. All right. We just need to pick that phone up. Anyways, yeah, this a year ago from today, we got movies such as Megan, we got Plane,
and
then we also
Mithrigan.
Mithrigan. Yeah, I understand why you went there. Yeah,
I don't understand why they did.
No, that's okay, man. That's okay. We got
that.
If
it was like a third movie made by the Fast and the Furious guys, then I'd understand it. But whatever.
That's okay, man. When we
get
to Megan
I'm working
3,
through it.
we get to reuse the graphic. It's okay. Simmer down.
I'm going through therapy. It's fine. I'm working through it.
It's okay. It's okay, man. Don't worry.
Why is it called Mithrigan?
We also got a movie named Missing, and that was the first 3 weeks of our 2023. Oh boy, Night Swim is not in that category. We are back to what January used to be known for, which is just dumping shit at the top of the year. This was not a fun movie. It's 98 minutes. It's PG-13, and it's a slog, dude. I would like to make a bunch of dad jokes and really bad puns where I tell you this movie drowns. At no point does it swim towards the deep end. It only drowns in the shallow end. Uh, um, 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 uh, Make sure you wait 30 minutes after eating because this movie sucks. This is not a fun movie, dude. Anyway,
No heavy petting.
no heavy petting. Don't make sure you wear a t-shirt. It's
Do not pee whilst watching
SPF
this.
1000, all that dumb stuff. I wish I honestly I tried to
Make
make
sure you're supervised by an adult whilst watching this shit.
well, that's why it's PG-13.
Yeah.
So guess what? There's nothing exciting about this movie. Is incredibly dull. And while it is only 98 minutes, I don't know if we could cut anything out of it that would make it shorter and make it better. I don't know. It definitely does not need to be longer. It feels like it could have been based off of something Japanese, a la The Ring or The Grudge. However, it is not. When we do see the specter, the ghoul, the ghost, whatever the demon is, it looks like it's just in foam. There are movies that have cost less that looked better. There are movies that have cost more and look worse. But still, this is not a good movie. I can't recommend anyone see this. It's not a so bad it's good. It's dull. I was bored the entire time. I'm thankful that I didn't cramp up at any point in time. No pun intended. But yeah, Night Swim. Uh, I would love to give it less, but the best I can give it is a 2 out of 5. It is not a good movie. No, sir. No, ma'am.
Do you know what? Just again, I'm only watching the trailer. Do you know what I think would have saved this movie?
What's that, Mike Fish?
If they tied this up into an old, I guess you could call it franchise, but not a movie franchise. But you know what? Just judging by how cheesy this looks,
Mm-hmm.
and they have, if they named this movie, "Are You Afraid of the Dark?" and they opened it up by having kids sitting around a campfire talking about a haunted swimming pool, and then this leads it to it. I think it would have the
Okay.
cheesiness and the nostalgia, and people be like, "Oh, this is so cheesy, but it's great. Remember the TV show?"
That'd have been better marketing. You could have
Right.
actually. So I've never seen Are You Afraid of the Dark, but I know it's a franchise. I believe it's Nickelodeon. Please
I
correct me
believe
if
it
I'm
was
wrong.
Nickelodeon. Yes.
Okay, so you could have taken a story out of that anthology series, branded it with Are You Afraid of the Dark, included the haunted swimming pool, and it would have been better. It actually would have been better. It could have been any anthology story: Tales from the Crypt, The Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, whatever.
House in the
Okay.
Crypts. I need to go back and watch those. Are they
Tales
on
from
any
the Crypt
streaming
is a lot of
things?
fun.
Are they on a streaming thing right now, do you reckon?
I'm pretty sure it's on the HBO Max or whatever it's called this week.
The Crypt Keeper was gold. He was my favorite part of those episodes.
I'm sure he was the favorite part for many folks. So, but yeah, Night Swim. It was very unenjoyable. I didn't leave. I was not a fun time, guys. No, I was completely bored, not scared whatsoever. And when we saw what one of the villains looked like, because there's plenty of souls haunting this pool, I laughed. It looked like a man covered in a sponge suit, and they linger on it for a full second where you can see it. It's a whole thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
2 out of 5. Not the best way to start the year. I think we gave Megan a 4 last year.
With Regan. With Regan, 4 out of 5. Night Swim 2.
There you go.
There you go. Could have saved it for you. There you go. Hollywood, I'll save the Golden Globes, and Hollywood, I'll save your shitty horror movies.
Yeah. Next week we'll talk about Jason Statham in The Beekeeper.
Ooh, that actually looks interesting.
It's fun. It's fun.
Well, wait, don't leave the people wanting more. We'll get to that next week.
Yep.
Beekeeper next week. Anywho, it's now time to wrap this episode up in a nice little bow by making everyone feel all good, warm, and fuzzy inside. It's now time for this week's feel-good story of the week.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
Everyone loves a story about a lost pet being returned to its owner. So this week's feel-good story comes to us from Cape Coral, which I believe is in Florida. Yeah. Sure. So Elizabeth American was enjoying her appointment at a hair salon in Cape Coral when she was drawn outside by the peculiar behavior of a bird near the front of the door. So the bird itself was a pigeon, right? So she saw this pigeon outside acting strange, right?
Okay.
So the plants had been recently watered, and she noticed the pigeon coming up and trying to drink the water that had been dripping onto the floor.
She thought a pigeon drinking water off of the sidewalk was peculiar behavior. Tell me you've never been to a major city without telling me you've never been to a major city.
Yeah, there is okay, but fair play. There is, I don't know, see why that's weird, but anyway, whatever. So upon closer inspection, Elizabeth noticed that this pigeon had a little tagger on one of its paws, its legs, right?
Sure.
And she realized it wasn't a wild bird, but it was actually someone's pet, and it had a phone number, right? So she calls the phone number and spoke to the person. It's like, hey, I'm trying to get my hair done, and your pigeon, there's a pigeon over here drinking water off the floor like a fucking scumbag. Did you teach it any manners or anything? No, I was wondering if you lost a pigeon, right? And turns out this fella had lost his pigeon 15 months prior after Hurricane Ian swept through Florida and
oh my goodness,
pushed his pigeon away.
Sure.
And there was this pigeon back in Cape Coral. So he expressed immense joy at being reunited with his pet pigeon, with salon staff calling it their little Christmas miracle.
Oh,
so yeah, it's an odd, peculiar story, shall we say the least. But it's always not, pigeon or not, I wouldn't have a pigeon because they're flying rats. But whatever, it's his pet. He missed it for 15 months after hurricane.
It knew him. That's amazing.
Could you imagine? Oh, that's no matter what kind of pet it is. Could you imagine have like a hurricane sweeping through and then you realizing your pet's missing? Fuck that.
I can imagine my pet missing. I can't imagine my pigeon missing.
No. To be fair, am I pigeon racist? Because they all look the same to me. I don't know. Like, that would be easy. One of those where they could just grab another pigeon and go, "Here's your pigeon." Oh yeah, that's Dave. I recognize him. I wouldn't.
I don't think you're pigeon racist, but avianist, sure.
Get cancelled. This could be the last episode ever.
Oh my goodness! No, please. Hey. Who's going to take care of our kids? Okay, don't cancel us because Mike's Fish's wild opinions about pigeons. All right. Hey, talking to you. Look at me, motherfucker. Look at me in the eye.
Golden Globes aren't going to touch me now.
Hey,
with my wild opinions about pigeons.
It's pigeons. Don't fuck with us. We're just trying to live here. We're just trying to do a thing.
Word on the street.
Mike's a minority. He's a British American.
Word on the street is that they're all trying to get together to form a coup.
All right, you might have to cancel this.
I'll get my jacket. I'll be out. Anyway,
you might have to cancel this after. All right, so I sincerely apologize. I would like to.
Cool.
Right.
Anyway. That wraps up this episode of episode Waffle Box 122. Of course, if you are an Extra Waffle member, if you are a member of extrawaffle.com or enjoywafflebox.com/extra, we will be back after, at the other side of this little jingle with some extra waffle for your enjoyment. So if you do want to join up, go to extrawaffle.com and sign up for $2 a month and help support the podcast. Appreciate you. Kush. For those who are about to leave us now, have you got an extra podcast? You got a bit of Bosnia action and microdose action coming up this Friday?
Well, assuming I'm not in podcast jail after this episode, there's an episode with me and Drew Angelman, and we're talking about our most anticipated movies of the first quarter of 2024. There are 6 of them, and we each have 3 that you have not heard of and that do not contradict each other. So.
Marvelous.
6 movies.
Check it out. Bosnet the family. You can follow us at Wafflebox on X. Enjoy Wafflebox Pod on all the other sides. Enjoywafflebox.com for all the links of how you can do that. I am only Mike Fish. He's Christopher Hayes on Facebook. All that good stuff. But until next week, Lathan, you want to say anything to these beautiful people?
Don't forget, kids, if you see a pigeon eating scraps from the floor, it's probably lost. And so you should totally go out of your way to try and find its real owner. Peace out, bitches.
And on that note, take care of yourselves. And each other.
That's all, folks.
Oh my god! I can't feel my fingers.